Most people think that getting views is a good thing. Not me, though. Because you always get views for all the wrong reasons. You just kind of slap a person that everyone knows on a thumbnail, and all of a sudden it's a clickable thumbnail. There's a face. I know this guy. But then you click and then you reveal even more toxic person on Hearthstone community. In fact, I have to be toxic because the game is toxic. I'm just like translating it back to you. I want to like make it honest, make the game feel honest to the player. Now it might make you depressed and be like, what the fuck do I play? But there's so many things to do on the internet. If you can't figure that out, if you can't figure out where to migrate and what to explore, I mean, okay, just continue playing Hearthstone. All right, just we let's not talk about with you specifically. Let's talk about with people who have enough brain cells to be able to click away to a different game, because this shit is frustrating. For me, this is entertaining. This is frustrating to such a level where it's entertaining, but my advice to most people is like, don't do this, guys. Don't do this, because this type of board is like, wow, I can make a video about this. But there's a different type of board which is called Boardclear that people have 10 of, and it makes the game just unplayable. You know, like, it's cool when the card is unplayable. It's pretty bad when the entire game is unplayable. So that's why I made Megabug. That's my, interpretation of Hearthstone. In fact, we need a new instance of my game. And if you type versus, you get all the useful things to start a game with. Except that one is not useful because Unity sucks sometimes. So that doesn't work anymore. Fucking hell. I used to rule the world, now I have to settle down for no backgrounds. So there's only one thing to do with virality on Hearthstone. I don't want Hearthstone to take any cake, any credit. I want to mitigate the damage. You know, we can talk about useless cards and useless Hearthstone, influencers. I mean, I like Zeddy, but like every single time, the most sentimental card in the set, like Thaddeus, he just flips the script and pisses on his face. And I'm like, I can get viral out of that now. I can capture that picture and I can get like 700 views. And for me, this is like fucking gold mine. You know, I'm a person that just likes small things that go slightly bigger than the other things. You know, I like a marble that's slightly bigger than the smaller marble. You know, I'm still like very childish in a way on YouTube. I like not really worrying about earning money and all that shit and getting through to people. I'm not try-harding. I'm not trying to get a lot of views. You know, if I can get a friend, I mean, my dream came true. I mean, I got my present for Christmas, but everyone is actually toxic on the internet. Everyone. So again, by being toxic, I'm being honest. Or by being honest, I'm being toxic. That's how it works. It's just so weird. But you know, there's another honest thing is that I'm a good game developer. Very fucking good at this point. I think card 81 is not it, but I'm very busy right now. 1 second. So we're gonna craft some more cards. Card 84 is the last card. Robot Mechano. I'm so proud of this. The fact that cards have no text and they solve so many problems. of like, I don't have to program these cards. They're just like very flexible things. I can flip them, I can tap them, and all of a sudden they have enough functionality to let me play the game. That is just so fascinating to me. I mean, there's nothing like this in the gaming market right now. So eventually I got... Yeah, where was I? Because something called... So someone called me and said, please go to the toilet or you will shit your pants. So, also, like, you know Hearthstone is absolutely stupid game if half of the cards say battle cry. Literally half of the cards. And even some cards have like a secret battle cry where you have like a little bit of a condition while you battle crying. So weird, bro. I shouldn't judge that part, but literally half of the cards are battle cry cards. And it's like, why do we just play spells in Hearthstone, by the way? Why everything is a spell? Like, if we want spells, I have fixed it. I'm like, well, let's play cards that have charge. That's it. Every card has charge, and every card has technically taunt to protect your face. That's it, bro. Congratulations. That's the card game that I'm playing right now. That I've made. It literally fixes every single problem with Hearthstone, including removing every single person that works for Hearthstone. That it fixes that too. You know, like let's just remove people who earn money from other people's suffering and stuff. I mean, holy shit. All right, so you might be wondering what are we gonna do, and there's a little bit of backstory for me to talk about. I would love to use the new expansion and just steal the art straight up just to fix the card. Because Bounty Board was never meant to be a minion in the first place. It's just not a minion. It's not supposed to have stats. It's like a location, right? Bounty Board is a small location where you just pick a fucking piece of paper and go do stuff. You know, it can be like replaced. It's just a piece of wood, basically. It's not supposed to be a minion. But yet it's being treated as such. Like, totems probably should also look like locations at this point. But I guess it's fair. I guess they are meant to attack other monsters, I understand. But, obviously, it's a joke. But, like, yeah. Bounty Board, it was so close to being a location where you just click a button maybe 3 times whenever you feel like summoning more than one legendary and stuff. Like, it's cool. You summoning legendaries, you are incentivized to play legendaries. This kind of location wouldn't fucking suck balls. You know, you pre-play something that doesn't die on the board. Epic stuff. Just completely fine, it seems. But this just shows that Blizzard developers, they don't understand their own game. I understand their stupid game better than they do. In so many levels at this point. I'm looking from the bird's eye view and shitting in their mouths. And they love that. They love that shit. It's just crazy. I'm going insane at this point. So there's no way I'm not making a follow-up video when there's extra eyeballs to catch and to talk with, basically. So again, maybe you want to hang out in my Discord, by the way. I'm a very toxic person, and you know you're going to love it. So one thing Raran has been uploading is AI art. It's one of the latest videos where he shows AI art, and it's like... the effect, was it made by AI? Did AI figure out the effect and stats? Or it's actually a Hearthstone card? I don't know. It's a thing. It might fool some people, but the interesting thing is that now just can make art and you can sit back. And probably that's another reason to lay off a lot of people. It's like AI can do stuff very easily. And less people can just moderate the entire game. It's just fascinating to me. Also, you do layoffs when, you know, you acquire a company. And it seems like Blizzard just got that happen to them. By the way, anytime I click on Raren's channel, I will show Reynat's face, you know, and he doesn't look like a happy person. Let's be fucking honest. And in the end, he's like, well, we're gonna release Bazaar in this decade. I mean, hopefully, or you have 7 years, actually 6 years left, bro. 6 years. The clock is ticking, bro. I don't know if you're gonna finish your stupid game this decade. Holy fucking moly. It took me a whole month to finish my game. I'll be releasing my game in 2 months. Alright? I'm not even focusing on my game. And I'm not saying that people are gonna enjoy it, that this is like some kind of groundbreaking thing that is gonna go viral. But it's so sweet, so simple. It's mind-blowing, right? It's just mind-blowing that you can simplify a card game into this kind of format. I love it. There's nothing about it that would just make me lose to a bunch of haters. You know, lash out to a bunch of haters. I do that all the time, but I wouldn't lose my self-esteem. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna hang out with haters because I don't have any friends. You know, that sort of style. And it's ironic when Zeddy sits down and complains about, but Twist doesn't perform very well. And I like Twist because you like play minions and stuff. But literally the next video, then you start talking about of like Reno is my favorite card, you know, Hollow Hound is my favorite card. You start fucking listing Boardclears that these are your favorite cards, and I'm like, that reset the game basically. And I'm like, so you don't like Twist? You know, it's just like, either you like Boardclears or you don't like Boardclears, because it's a completely different game when you like Boardclears. It's a game where the board can just disappear and it no longer matters, right? So Zeddy likes when the board matters and Zeddy likes when the board doesn't matter. So fucking pick a choice, bro. You either gonna play the Twist format or you're not gonna play the Twist format. By all means necessary, you know, you gotta make the sacrifice, you gotta make the choice. I can't possibly play Twist format because it's so inconvenient for me that it just kind of slips through my hands. And I think it happens to most people as well. It just feels inconvenient. It feels like I want to play the fresh cards. I want to experience the new cards because I've already played enough Hearthstone. And that's why, you know, Twist flops. It doesn't have those catch-up packs that Zeddy says. Like, it's a good idea to have catch-up packs in wild and in wild formats and all that shit. That makes sense. Maybe I would buy into that all of a sudden. Maybe I would actually explore wild more. I don't know. So, as I've said, I can't do these cards because they don't have a released art yet. I can't even search for them. Usually I can just do that, right? HS card bounty board. But it literally doesn't exist. That shit does not exist, my friends, in the search bar. So, what's the next best thing? Well, the next best thing is just to continue the journey. I'm not sure how many cards I have reviewed previously. Let's double check and maybe I'll figure out. Well, I probably reviewed everything. Robot Meccano has been changed a little bit. I put a color in here, I put Forge in here, or I never really showed it. So you can use spare parts or Forge to get this effect. All right, this is how you read the card. For all the newbies out there, you can read this. It's pretty fucking easy too. Except I forgot what this symbol is, but we're gonna figure out very soon. Well, this has to wait. Why would I do that? What this is supposed to mean is that you can only target not frozen minions, or rather things that you haven't chose before. So I already like fell off a cliff because it's a new little thing. But yeah, so if something already has Divine Shield or already was untapped by this card specifically, you cannot choose that. You already like used one of the abilities to buff the card, to enhance the card. But you can buff the rest of the board once. Again, using these materials. And give the buff of Divine Shield untap, as I've said. And you can give it to itself. Epic stuff, right? A 4-drop. Is it worth 4 mana? Absolutely, because it's a Divine Shield, bro. It's crazy stuff. Everything has charge. So Divine Shields are pretty useful. Now, will they kind of fade away after a turn? It depends on memory, basically. It's a little bit of a memory game. And which is why it's not supposed to be competitive, by the way. I hate it. If this thing gonna turn competitive, I don't think I will like that. But it is what it is. It's more of a, like, you know, single player, solo adventure, Skyrim vibes, where you just explore the card game. It's kind of like that for me. But obviously I will try to appeal to many audiences. I will summon... Okay, let's first start building the cards. Again, I'm still not very confident or comfortable with this. I also put this thing. This means ritual. If you know Yu-Gi-Oh, then ritual simply means you need certain amount of like material of mana cost of the cards, mana costing certain amounts. In Yu-Gi-Oh, it's stars, but in this case, we have mana cost, and ritual specifically requires 7. You can see 7 and the R. That's representing the ritual, and I think it's a like very slick design. So you sacrifice 7 points of material from your hand, right? Well, that would be very expensive, by the way. So I'm not sure what has been decided, but let's just say you put it in the mana. As mana, you're just forced to put 7 or more mana of material into mana. Turn it into mana. And again, if you don't know my game, you need mana to play the game. And mana comes with cards, because you can play this in real life. Alright, that's another major thing of why I'm scared to actually program the cards, because it's going to lose functionality. It's actually going to lose functionality. The only thing I want to program in the way that I will release the game is when all of this stuff is automated. All of the stuff you see, the effect of the card, all the numbers, the emblem technically can be automated. But yeah, all of the art can be automated, all that shit. So it's gonna be way better that way. But programming cards is actually a disaster, bro. And I just want to like make this into the ether, like push it to the ether, so everyone knows that you can just build a card game and it's not that difficult. And all of a sudden you can have any experience you want. Alright? It's just like watching celebrity porn. You can slap any face on anyone you want using AI technology. technically. And all of a sudden, it was like, enjoy. Yeah. I know it's a terrible example, but the world is now becoming more and more free in terms of what do you want? If you want something like very specific, you can actually get those things. Also, it's very satisfying. Like every single thing has different colors, has mana cost. I'm still like impressed by the modifiers. There's the mana cost modifier, there's the health modifier, and there's the attack modifier that changes the way the card feels instantly, and you know how. You can see where things belong. So I can split the modifiers away from the actual effect and make the card spicy with that alone. And one of the biggest things that Hearthstone doesn't have is mana modifiers. It plays with that a little bit. You know, we see the latest elemental released. Starting at 8 mana, it goes down for every single elemental in a turn. But no one plays that shit, so it's a useless card. Because it's just raw stats in the end as well, and it's kind of boring. So for me, it would just, instead of being 3 lines of text, that would just be one modifier of like elemental modifier of some kinds. I probably wouldn't have that, because that's stupid, and you wouldn't want to keep track of that, but I could have it just like one symbol representing the whole concept of elementals discounting mana. But that's why these modifiers, they have to be like very functional. Very, you could just slap it on any card and it would make sense, right? So there's a lot of design choices I have to like go through, and have to be smart about it. And I have to be pissed off that nobody cares, you know, one of those things. There's no new keywords to talk about. I haven't touched the game much at all. I will be doing actual work at January, and I will be releasing the game after January, after I'm done working with it. There's 4 features I need to do. All right, and I remind people this a little bit too much. Again, I automate the card. I make a few decks, of course. I make documentation about every single thing, and there's a lot of things now to document and explain. So that's pretty difficult to do. And I allow you to make your own custom cards very easily. You upload some art into a folder, and you switch through arts. Maybe there's going to be extra art laying around for people. I mean, I can scrape the internet if I want to. I can just download a bunch of Hearthstone art that already exists, you know, or Hearthstone custom card art. I could actually right now open custom cards of Hearthstone and steal from that shit. Steal from the poor people. Even though it's not steal, it's more of a highlight poor people. It's just a weird dynamic, right? You steal from the rich and highlight the poor. Very interesting. Even though you're doing the same exact thing, which is take cards. Or take ideas, you know, get inspiration from something. I'm sure I will check the custom stuff, but for now, we continue the theft, the purge, the outlaw, so to speak, moment. And let's go jump into Hearthstone. I might spice it up a little bit and pick a different expansion than just goblins versus gnomes, because we're still stuck here. Like, there's a lot of material here. There's a lot of, like, giant creatures that I kind of appreciate. We have already 6 colossals. Plus 7th colossal that is not a mech, specifically. We invented the colossal thing. It's cool. It's very interesting. And I still don't know how these cards feel like. These ones in particular, this, the Reaper. They call it the Reaver. I don't I don't know what the fuck that is. I'll just call it Reaper, bro. I didn't even change the name of this guy because it looks very specific. But I changed the effect entirely. You need an empty hand, and at the start of your turn. Wait. Oh, if your opponent has an empty hand. Okay, I should carefully read these things because I don't even know what these do sometimes. If your opponent has an empty hand at the start of your turn, lose 6 health on this monster. So, it goes down to 4, right? Sometimes. It has to take 1 damage, and then 6 damage is going to be, like, detrimental. If it takes 4 damage, it's detrimental completely. It dies. Just like in Hearthstone, this thing dies if it's not protected by other minions. Because there's none of them left. It's a very interesting card, and I didn't want to make it completely unplayable. So I still don't know how these cards feel like. These 3 new ones. Yeah, so I hate people trying to make this game more competitive than it has to be. Also, look at that bounty board. Wow. Catch-up packs and all that. This stuff is awesome, catch-up packs. I have nothing to complain about. It's just, the game is not worth playing. Alright. It's worth to do experiments. It's worth to learn using this game. But play this game is actually not a very interesting or encourageable idea. It's like, just look away, my friends. Watch some influencer bullshit. You know, subscribe to my channel, because I will always give you honest opinion about stuff. Let's pick goblins versus gnomes, and let's pick cards that are iconic but have not seen play. So something like Hammett makes no sense, but it's so iconic because it's so stupid, right? Mimiron's head is iconically unplayable. Junkbot is junk, technically. So let's pick cards that require redesign. These cards should have been changed. They should have been a part of the game. But they never really became a part of the game. Recombobulated is an interesting card. It's a very complicated effect, even for my card game, where anything is possible, technically, except for summoning appendages and all that shit. Or summoning other monsters from the deck, or looking into your deck in general. It's like, I don't want to do that. I try to avoid certain things. Technically, Hobgoblin is also very iconic. A card that haven't really seen much play. Illuminator is cool, Mini-Mage is cool. It's just like, actually the Mini-Mage is like super amazing card. It's one of the earlier examples of a card that can, you know, just exist on the board. Silently and deadly. And whenever you feel like attacking, you can do that if you want. This is one of just straight up my favorite cards, and I haven't even played it much. Because it's scary. You know, it's scary to just have a 1 health minion. It's gonna die to an arcane missile or whatever. Right? But it's actually like super powerful card, super interesting. I would love to go back to the past and play some Mini-Mage. You know, and technically Twist format probably allows me to do that, but nah, bro. It's a little bit unreliable of what Twist allows me to do. So let's see all the cards that I want to make. And I'm gonna give you... Maybe some class cards are also iconic. Let me double check. Actually, Fell Cannon is also a very interesting card. Watcher is super iconic, but has been overplayed. Okay, Malgan is iconic, and you can't really play this card. But I would have recommended to a lot of zoo decks to play Melaganis because it's just a very explosive value. So maybe Fel Cannon makes sense. But it would be like a very simple effect, right? Neptulon is kind of unplayable, even though it just like reloads your hands. It's an interesting card. See, most of the things are unplayable if they're legendaries. Back in the day, the game was so expensive, so difficult to get legendaries. But to this day, like, nothing really changed. Legendaries are ridiculously expensive cards that you're not gonna get a chance to craft. Especially class legendaries. Which is why I say craft every single neutral legendary, because that's all you're gonna get. Alright, that's all you're gonna be able to add into your deck. If you are a free-to-play player. Craft all the neutral legendaries. I don't care how bad they are. You'll play them in some kind of stupid deck. Anyways. We can do Ogre Ninja, that's a pretty cool card. I do love Shadow Boxer, but it's a bit too iconic. That's that. Cobalt Guardian, haven't seen much play. Bulwar was being laughed at. But I think it's like super playable. It's just like, again, legendaries don't show up. Flame Leviathan is a weird one. I still haven't figured out which name to use. I use Goliath, not Leviathan, but Leviathan is a really cool name for a card, I'm not gonna lie. I say Goliath for all the giant cards that have health bars and stuff. Echo Medivh, okay. Gazrilla is technically unplayable, normally. I could double the attack a few times, but it's a very weird effect. I don't think I want this. Alright, so I gave you the ideas of what I'll be crafting. Let's begin. I don't have Clockwork Giant, by the way. That's a really weird one. I thought I would make one of these. Yeah, I should make Clockwork Giant a thing. The most interesting thing when I craft the cards is that I can discover new abilities of how I can write a card. This card in particular doesn't break the shield when it kills a minion. It has to kill a minion in a specific way. It casts a Boardclear of 1 damage. Yes, I still have a keyword that shows a Boardclear. But it's fine. Alright, this is kind of sweet if it's just 1 damage. And I'll be very careful with that shit. Elder Scrolls Legends is fairly careful with Boardclears. And it still actually feels too much anytime there's a major Boardclear that kills like even 3 minions. It feels pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Even if it's like double-sided. It still feels pretty bad. But it makes sense. Removals feel bad, even though they cost 5 mana. And we're talking about, you know, a different card game. 5 mana removals feel bad. Because you played a card and you expect something to happen with that card, and you not expect to just malfunction on your side of the board when you're trying to come back to life. So removals being efficient is an absolute disaster. I don't have any spells. I think I'm just disappointed in spells in general. I want minions to do stuff as quickly as possible on their own terms, smash into each other. That's the idea behind the game, and you also start with 3 mana. So you don't start empty-handed. You have plenty of choices of what to do. This I fixed every single aspect because it's that easy. You know, it's just that easy to treat a card game genre properly, but I have never seen it. Like, I've never seen it. The best card game, Elder Scrolls Legends, it's not playable. Literally, I cannot play the game on the screen right now. There's tons and tons of clockwork minions. But there's also the giant, so that's very nice. We copy the art. Very cool art. No one gets to zoom into the art, and it feels so bad. Like, it's such a cool card. And you just see it from very, very far away. And you don't even get to see it. For me, everything just kind of blurs. And I don't get to zoom in, even just, like, look into it. I didn't even craft it, you know? I don't get to see it. I don't get to enjoy the really important part of the game. Of, like, how giant this thing is. So Clockwork is gonna have a more refined effect of not being able to attack until you have 9 mana. The 9 tails, boys. There you go. Yes, I love Naruto, and I have stolen that shit too. The concept of 9. Because it's so cool. I mean, it's just the concept of 9 is basically the biggest digit there is. So, there's nothing else to steal about it. Just to acknowledge that that's true. That is, in fact, the largest digit. It is the coolest one. So, it's not going to be able to attack unless you have 9 mana. Meaning that this is supposed to be pretty cheap, right? I'll just give it for like 4 mana. So 4 mana, 8/8. And it might have some effects on top of, you know, appearing on the board but not being able to attack normally. Alright, you wouldn't be able to, but it's a pretty crazy card once you get at 9 mana. Alright. Super cool already. Also, it's a Colossal, which is technically pretty bad for the card. Because it can lose health very easily. It cannot defend itself. Wait. It can? I mean, it can't attack, but it can retaliate? Probably. Well, yeah. Yes, it can. It can actually retaliate. So it's not super easy to kill this. You do have to sacrifice something. Apparently. Because it would still appear in the attack mode, it just can't attack specifically. But it should be able to retaliate. Because it got summoned and everything. I can force it not to be able to. Right? There's actually no keyword or modifier that stops retaliation. I don't have it. It's kind of funny. It seems like such a basic one, and I don't have it. What I want to do is just deal 3 damage to the lowest minion. If this card is alone on the board. It looks like a clockwork thing, right? If it's a giant, it's supposed to do something every single turn. So not only it's waiting for that 9 mana thing, but it also just deals 3 damage to the lowest. Just crushes a random thing whenever. Whenever it feels like it. Yeah, it's super basic, but like it still introduces something like very interesting. Which is a blocker. You can't attack unless you do this. The first time I introduced this was with the Queen card. And I think that's one of the only times I introduced it, actually. I didn't touch purple stuff ever again until now. I'm like, well, you can summon this cheaply. Can't do much with it, but it is what it is. Really cool stuff. So yeah, it's very difficult to steal from the rich. The rich is the most impactful stats in Hearthstone. The rich type of cards are the ones that are being played right now. And I don't want to plagiarize that. But I can definitely take the old stuff, and they don't know what to do with it. They don't touch this stuff anymore. Nobody cares. And if nobody cares, it is a crime to not reimagine the cards and to not give them a second chance to exist somewhere else. Because they're iconic. This is why, you know, I appreciate the views. I understand. I put Zeddy. He's a unplayable card. At this point, you should unsubscribe from Zeddy, obviously. It's very obvious. It's very... it has been neglected. It should have been, you know, buffed. He should have done more giveaways or something. I don't know. Maybe that would help. Am I right? Giveaway is just such an old school thing that I don't resonate with anymore. It's so weird. Was Stashly being played? Because I don't think it was. Gazlowe was not played. Is Gazlowe art decent when you zoom in? It's a little bit blurry, but maybe I can work with that. Like, the helmet gets in the way of, like, experiencing the card. I don't get to zoom in again and see it, how it actually looks like. Everything just blurry. Like, this little tiny art. It's so blurry, it's so disgusting. So, what a service I'm doing for humanity. Alright, let's think. What do we do with this? Okay, so this doesn't mean frozen, it means cold. Cold minions that you haven't touched with that particular thing before. And it's a very useful keyword. Or modifier of effects. Effect modifier, boys. Interesting. I kind of want to give the effect where you just kind of buff your minions. All usually mechs. Because that's the way you get spare parts. Oh yeah, I call them colossals at this point. Even though I know it's a thing already. Hearthstone has, and it works in a weird, particular way that I thought I would never use, and probably I won't, but we'll see. Alright, we bake the effects. It's always gonna be a weird one, because holy shit, why not? So there are spare parts, and they're gonna give you a temporary card. But there's another effect. You can equip this, instead of summoning, onto a Colossal and give it 2 health. Chunks of health. Plus 4 and plus 2 in stats. Now, it doesn't have to be Colossal. It's just Colossals are the only ones that can get this effect. You can get this effect on anything. So, that's something. This is also the first time I'm doing a stack card. I don't remember doing this at all. Where you can stack something. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to design cards. Stitch everything together. And I want to simplify the process, absolutely. There's not much flavor going on here, but, you know, getting temporary cards is pretty cool. Normally, I would give ability to generate spare parts. But, well, you have to synergize with some... I mean, it's good enough that it has a bonus effect of diverting attacks and buffing a minion of your choice. Because it looks like he's, like, carrying a lot of stuff and he wants to be inside a big mech or whatever, a giant mech, instead of just being out there carrying all this weird shit. What it also probably has to mechanize his legs or something, reinforce his leg. Like, it's a weird thing to do. It would be weird if this was actually being played. I mean, it's some extra rage damage for classes that maybe they can buff like weapons or some bullshit like that, but it's a really weird one. But you can also, it does two things, right? It destroys your opponent's weapon and it gives you extra reach or extra removal. You can break through a taunt. I don't know. It's a very interesting card. How would it work in my game? Because I don't really have weapons and I cannot get random things, right? Random cards out of nowhere. I can't do that. Yeah, now it's 26. I don't think I had like above 15 views per hour before, and it's already like way better. Well, if you like Zeddy's uploads, and he doesn't upload very much material, so to speak, I guess, like, why would people watch this, right? Why would YouTube show this to people? It's just weird to me. I can't actually explain it to you guys. Besides the dumbass thumbnail and title effect. It's a really shitty one. But you know what? I'm clickbaiting with a person that puts arrows in every single fucking thumbnail. It's so ridiculous. Why would you do that? You have nothing. It's like, it doesn't really add to anything. It's just like, it's just an arrow. He probably already has presets where he clicks one button and an arrow appears. I mean, it's so fucking stupid. The arrow is just hilarious. So I think he deserves to be clowned on a little bit, even if it seems unfair, you know. But that's unfair, all right. I know he's a daily worker, you know. He shows up at work type of person, daily NPC, and NPCs have to be like praised and glorified. But at this point, it's like, you know, the soul is just evaporating as we speak. Blinktron, let's figure that out. What makes no sense about Blinktron is everything. Why would this thing that likes shiny things give you weapons? That's just the opposite of shiny, you know. Shit, I forgot how the bank works. This in particular. You technically, over time, or you get to add this token to the bank, modify it, so you get one every turn like you normally would, but you save it in the bank because it's also gonna generate stuff through other means. This is a complicated one. Let me remember. I don't think I even made a cards with the bank. The penny guy. So I have that. 4. Destroy. Well, okay, it requires 4. It's a generating bank. It generates profits. Cool. And every time you summon one of your own creatures, you get also one coin, and you need 4 to progress. Now, I would do it this completely differently, and I have to rewrite this card as well. Yeah, so this guy is a very friendly dude. He does destroy a shield in the end, though, because he wants to really be your friend. Aggressively, almost. But, the more things you summon, while this is on board, eventually you can kind of break the shield. It's still just meant to be a 1-drop. Just deal 1 damage to... It's fine. It's a really cool card. I mean, in the end, the way this feels like, it's kind of like, you know, the final trash down. It's like unintended mistake that Zeddy made. He's like sitting there for like years and years. He doesn't know that it's automated to craft neutral legendaries if they're like slightly better than a normal card. You know, like it's like, doesn't he know? Doesn't he know that fact yet? You can't be that stupid. So it's more like, you know, I captured a part of his soul and had to experience this for some reason. Had to put myself on a bounty board. I don't know. It's like, hunt this creature down because I'm scared. There's a more toxic person in the Hearthstone community. Holy shit. Alright, Blinktron. So, if you succeed in doing the Blinktron challenge of finale and summoning this as the only card, which is very difficult, alright, to finale a card that's supposed to be the only card on the board, which helps to have hero powers and weapons, actually. So it still like has a flavor of weapons behind all of this, funny enough, which is very difficult to actually add that flavor. But I did it. So, congratulations, guys. What you're gonna get, 3 gems and 5 spare parts, which is super cool when you get stuff like this, because it's a very flexible resource to use. By the way, I don't have to apologize for anything. If people understand my vibe and what I'm doing here, what my purpose is, they know how to treat me, so it's very simple stuff. You're allowed to do anything you want, you just have to establish yourself as that thing that you're doing. And sometimes you will be kicked out of the platform because you should be doing that thing somewhere else. Now, it might not be an insult, it might be just an advice, but is what it is. I just accept nature to some extent. If everything fails, it's still like a poisonous minion, so it's powerful enough to have kind of shitty stats. For every 3 health, you get the spare parts. So this gives you 2 in the end, even if it just doesn't do the effect. It's still worth summoning, basically. Which is the whole point of most cards I do, is just like, it's good enough without the spectacular effects. But this effect is pretty spectacular. Alright, I have no idea if it works or not, because I'm not scared to print out fun cards in a, you know, extreme way. If I see something extreme, if you can pull this off, I mean, like, good job. You have to be rewarded. Now, do we play a game? Yeah, I'm just not going to show that much footage. I only was able to make 3 cards. This process is, like, super satisfying, but takes a lot of time. Crafting cards. I changed the card, but I still haven't actually changed the card. Because the most important part, the 4 turning into, like, spend 4, was not changed. It's understandable, which is why it's so cool. Again, I'm not dealing with like errors and bugs of cards. Whew, that would be tough. That would be a nightmare. Because I'm busy with YouTube Rewind, I don't want drama. I don't want to deal with this. I know it's always bad. Anything that happens on YouTube is bad. Anything that goes viral. YouTube Rewind can actually be pretty decent. You know, it's not going to feel horrible if it goes viral because it's literally all I work for. But everything else that happens, like, I don't like Hearthstone that much. So it's just drama. Just drama on top of drama. And I don't want to deal with this shit. Even I have limits. And I want to be comfortable in life. And right now, those 8 days are very crucial to me. And I don't want to spend it on bullshit. Absolutely not. Even if Zeddy calls me, I'm not picking that fucking phone up. Like, leave me alone. Alright, let's put the new cards in the deck, and I can't do that. What? I'm not sure why I wasn't able to do that. Only 9? What happened? 9. Oh. No. You go away. It's also weird how, like, big the box is. Some weird shit. I can't explain some of this stuff. Well, I guess I'm sucking up all the cards. Whatever. Boom. No, not the containers. Cards, bro. Jeez. Alright. We can begin. Now, after the first release, there's obviously going to be a lot of polishing to do. And the game is going to suck balls. But I have to release it. I complain about it 3 times. I complain about Elder Scrolls Legends not being released the moment I saw it. It's like, well, give it to me. Put it in my mouth. It's going to be free anyways. Just give me. Give me that thing, bro. And I also complained about, obviously, Bazaar, and then I complained about Hightail. And it's just turning into a controversy beyond your wildest dreams. Some people complain about, like, GTA 6. It's a dumb people's game. I haven't even played GTA 5 that much. I don't understand what's the appeal. But, like, I can't really play it. I can't play it as a sandbox. I don't understand how to do that. It's too complicated for me. Also, shit. Some text spills out. Well, that sucks. Oh well. It spills out even when you zoom in? Yeah, I guess so. Guess it makes sense. Alright. I'm pretty sure the cards are bigger now, but the mana seems the same size. Ugh, it's a little weird. Also, I have 2 hero powers. How do we start the game? With which one? I'm kind of tempted to do this one. The freebooting thing. Have less cards than your opponent is the condition to draw 1 card. I will definitely design also a hand where you can just like scroll through your cards without taking much space. And you can sort of like see miniature art as well, I guess. So I'll do that. So you have plenty of space for all the things. Mana probably not gonna change, but it's a subject to change. Because here, every ounce of space is like ridiculously valuable in this game. And potentially you will be able to play big versions of cards and take all the space you want. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, the fun thing about the Zeddy thing, it just kind of opens up a can of worms of like, I don't want to talk to the Zeddy that loves Boardclears. I want to talk to the Zeddy that likes the twist format. Just does and cares to like plow through the people like they're NPCs to, you know, shake my hand and be respectful and stuff. That's the Zeddy I want to talk with. Which is, you know, opens a can of worms because you're talking about every single celebrity the same way. You want to talk to a celebrity that doesn't have the ego of the celebrity. It's just completely different feeling that way. Again, I don't know where to start because I have to familiarize with my own cards because they're very complicated. Especially when I need to sacrifice them for mana. Okay, I see what's going on. I can't even grab by the effects bar. The cards are very small. That's so disturbing. Oh my god. And it really hurts when it's that weird. When you cannot grab the card most of the time. So there's so many bugs. I don't even want to play the game right now. There's like 3 bugs already. Holy shit. You know, if I start with diarrhea the first 5 minutes of the video, it's probably a bad idea to like respond to haters and stuff like that. So a new emoji is unlocked. I see no evil. Is fuck you. For now. I will obviously make some new friends. It's a special channel and I kick ass most of the time. Not in November though. I'm too scared in November. Very scary things. You can see I found 3 bugs and technically this is our 4th one and it's a giant bug as well. Holy shit, man. Why do I have so many hero powers? Come on, bro. It's useless. I literally had to just use a hero power. Oh, God. Okay. That sucked. Oh yeah, Night Drake cannot defend itself because it's a different type of card. It should be a rune to defend itself, but it goes down to 2 attack. Oh. Okay. I should be able to play this, but I can also play Mech Reaper. But if it dies, I honestly don't care, but I do care because this is just very useful mana. Or as mana. Also, let's just use this again. And draw a card in the end. Because I'm sacrificing all this shit. This is pointless to me. Except for Dancing Swords. Okay. Yeah, this is a really powerful card at the start of the game. Holy shit. However, I can just use a spider and return it. Need that. Okay, easy kill on the spider. Listen to that, right? I don't even need extra mana. Holy shit. And this being returned is like, well, that was a free kill then. Thank you for that. Because that's cheap. This thing's cheap, bro. And nothing happens when I get returned. Actually, this attacks first, of course, and then I summon that. Order and stuff. And that thing disappears. Well, not actually. Because, for fuck's sake, it has 12 health. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, get the fuck out of here, then. What a loser. And all my effort goes to waste after Hydra just literally destroys both of these cards at the same time. Fascinating. Because, like, just killing one card is pretty bad. And then one temporary card appears, which is pretty big. Holy shit. I'm not sure when I'll be able to play that. I technically forgot the most important part, which is shields. And I literally don't have space for them. So this is not normally where I put them. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit I didn't take into account. It seems doable that way. Well, is what it is. Alright. Hydra gives me a first shield break. I had to use one bomb. Alright, let's keep going. It's still playable. Alright, Reaper kills Bomb Blobber. And uses Grove Tender because you can use it even as an opponent. Then I get either I can do temporary thing into mana or get a temporary card. I think I need to do it into mana. Now I have 11. It's pretty strong. And also I get one more mana. Maybe that was wrong. I'll just take a temporary card, thank you very much. I already have a lot of mana. I just knew it was a big one. So I guess it makes sense. I think Mech Reaper has to kill the Foe Reaper. It only makes sense, right? And, well, should be fairly easy to do. Now I have used 5 mana. I don't want to like lose all the cards, but all of them are just going to become temporary anyways. There's Death Bites. I cannot draw. I can't get this anymore easily. God damn it, bro. I guess I'll just take a temporary card myself in the end. Attack. That dies. This. Oh! The Bling. Now, again, there's no way you're gonna finale right now without hero powers. How are you gonna do that? The only way you can do that is if you sacrifice your own creature somehow. I don't know how you do that. I don't know what kind of creatures you have to be summoning to be able to sacrifice them. So it's a very weird card. I'll tell you something. One thing you can do is allow your opponent to destroy your shields. And then they still retaliate with the monsters. Then you can sort of like sacrifice stuff into those monsters. I even have like 11 mana lined up. Bran into Cultist into Bling Machine, and that would work, technically. Oh yeah, this is the only stack card, Dark Cultist. It stacks on a bigger minion, if you have one. And even gives like return effects when the minion gets attacked. This card is crazy powerful. Crazy. So it's almost worth getting the effect, but all I get is like 5 spare parts, 3 gems. I don't even need 3 gems. The only thing it does is prevents lethal damage at that point. I don't need more mana. But spare parts could be useful. They're pretty cool. I can get health attack or give a taunt for a turn. Yeah, now thinking about it, even like 5 spare parts don't feel that strong, but they're very useful. Just like it's a spare item to get the effect of when you need to, like, cover that one damage. You need one extra damage, one extra health. It's super useful that way. However, it's ridiculously risky. It's insanely risky to play anything. Or not play anything, that is. So, I could underwhelm my opponent or some bullshit like that. But even that makes no sense. I probably just have to play the blink machine just to return this guy again. But it sucks so bad. Like, we already lost with this. There's no way. There's not much I can do. I know what the temporary card is. I still remember that shit. And that doesn't help me either. I don't know, bro. One thing I can do is give Bling Machine return ticket, basically. The infinity sign. This allows me to, well, get it back. And potentially I can play it properly. Remember this big boy? Well, now we can take full advantage of this. I hope I shuffled the decks, by the way. Probably haven't fucking done that. What a disaster. Well, it's a little bit too late, but gotta double check. Oh my god. Okay. Well, it feels a little bit shuffled. But it's literally in the bottom, these guys. Ugh. Okay, so I can definitely attack now with Clockwork Giant. Is very special time because it's exact. It's exact match. I kind of feel like clearing the board at the same time. So probably not be doing this effect. I'll try to aim for more. But it doesn't... I can equip Death's Bite. So fuck this shit. This is useless now. Let's do Death's Bite. Alright. And then summon another colossal minion with 2 health. Alright. And once it kills the blink machine, it dies. I mean, there's not enough corpses. So what the fuck was I trying to do here? Well, let's pretend I buffed this thing. Because it wouldn't make sense. That means it buffs the Blinktron. Holy shit. That is scary, bro. That combo. But it returns at the same time. I guess I get to choose. Do I want to return it or do I want to stack it? Because it's definitely a choice at this point. I probably want to stack it. Then what the fuck was the point? Well, to give it taunt, actually. That's kind of cute. Bran actually did something just by giving it taunt. Okay. And I still get 2 spare parts, by the way. Oh, the game just shows its complexity, bro. So I technically killed it. Yeah. It definitely died. So, now I attack with that spite. Right? Something? I can. I'm not gonna kill anything, though. Well, that sucks. Well, at least Bran just dies. I at least equipped it, I guess. So, opponent's turn. Let's see what's up. Alright, the enemy golem just crushes this card. Obliterates. And I still get some damage on my facials, bro. But I have like 7 cards. There's no way I lose. By the way, I was kind of like waiting the whole time until this thing got buffed. Now it's pretty fucking happy. And still has poison. This is scary, bro. First of all, this is 5 mana. And this is also 5 mana. And I can combine their forces to like deal a lot of cool stuff, right? I can deal with this thing now. Even though it returns this shit to my hands. I summon this, then summon that. And this is 3 now for this. I kill... I gotta do more than that, though. Also, I summon this, then I use something like an egg for mana. I have to do more. I have to, like, deal 4 damage or sacrifice something. And it's a really tough position. Because I want to kill that, too. You know? I want to... Ugh. Jeez. I do have a bomb, after all. So we fucking roll dice, my friends. Between these two guys. Let's fucking roll. Boom. Okay. Okay, great. Well, you know what 3 means. 1, 2, 3. Wait, I hit it? I hit it, bro? Holy shit. Oh my god, bro. I guess I don't know what that means, then. And then we kill it. Technically, I can kill it by emptying my hand and summoning a creeper. But it's too slow. Now I can use Death Spite to kill, Healbot. But instead I kill the Bling Machine. In fact, I want to attack with this. And then I attack with this. This returns to my hand. Because that's the buff. That's not this effect. That's the buffed effect. Okay. And then I finish with Death Spite. Because I killed a creature. Bam. Eat it. Destroyed. Eliminated. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Not gonna lie. Okay. Now he gets the good stuff. And definitely gonna play... Well... Yeah. Definitely gonna play this as well. The Boulder Fist. By the way, I received 2 spare parts. Or my opponent. Spare. Oh, no. Name. Spare. Here we go. 2 spare parts. Very relevant. Because now this can kill that. And it's like, what? I don't necessarily have to do it that way. Boulder Fist Girl can just finish it off. Because I summon everything anyways. So fuck that. Can even take a temporary card, but it's kind of like useless right now. The heal bot is gonna continue healing. If it's alone, if the girl is alone, it will just discard 1 card. It's a pretty powerful creature. Now, I probably can just kill the whole thing. But if I don't kill it, that means I don't actually break shields. I can prevent shield breaking. Which is, like, pointless to me right now. I don't need to break shields. And that thing dies on its own weight. Alright. Holy shit. Ah. I'm playing for half an hour, almost an hour. Yeah, probably an hour and something. Just this one matchup. Because that's how it all works, bro. So cool. It's so satisfying, bro. I just need to clean up the process and add those super important features that are gonna break the game in terms of adding more glitches. I also use one spare part to give her taunt, because she has a lot of health. Fucking suck it. Not only she has a lot of health, she can retaliate. There's no way this doesn't get taunt. Even though I know I have Mech Reaper, so go F yourself with that taunt. It just disappears. Bye. Bye-bye. I should have given it health as well, technically. Because I know what's coming. Also, I got a shield. And you can have unlimited shields. Okay, maybe 5 most. Because at some point it just gets weird. Can I not just, like, use shields like that? I feel like I can. I feel like that's shields. I don't... Wow. Guess my life was a lie this whole time. I shouldn't have revealed Bling Machine, to be honest. Ugh. Because now I have to play it, or I have to discard it. Well, that sucks. So I killed that. I can play one more. Easily. He failed to kill that, which is crazy to me. What a dodge that is. After killing, I can use Death Spite as well. And I probably want to remove this thing, because it's a god-awful card that I don't want to attack into. Yeah, I don't want to, like, break his shields and stuff with that. And, probably... I can double attack into that. With Mechano? No? Okay, let's just use Gasload to buff this thing. I call him Colwall. Don't ask me why, bro. I already forgot. Also, kind of sleepy still. Maybe I just woke up for diarrhea reasons, you know. Those very special reasons. Alright, so this gets, like, a lot of health, by the way. This is crazy. This already at 3, and it gets 2 more. So now it's 15 health. Now it's detached from the health pool completely. So, boom. Smash this thing into pieces. Get the hell out of here. Alright. Giant mechs fighting each other, bro. Pretty satisfying. And he has nothing to, you know, abuse here. I have an empty hand. Suck on that. Bling Machine goes away. Alright, White Collar can summon things from the hand to attack. It's kind of useless right now. But at least it's going to kill this thing, I guess. Thank you for that one. Congrats. And then deal 1 damage here. With the heal bot, that also gives another shield, because now you have to have 5. Which is impossible, because now the deck is running out of shields. Or cards. So you will be drawing your own shields. Oh, that's so sweet. This kind of just fixes everything. You draw your own shields. Fuck yeah, let's go. But I have to like block like breakthrough and stuff, because then it's kind of disgusting if you do breakthrough. Or technically I can leave shields, you just don't draw a card. Oh, that makes even more sense. Holy shit. Holy shield. Well, I guess I lose. No, well, it's a tough one. The cards are pretty terrible. So I am able to get another shield, by the way. I'll have to break through all of that, which is not that bad. And I probably should have put a taunt here. But it's kind of like pointless. I figure. The only reason to put a taunt is so I don't break these things into that. But why would I know that? This dies, gives you 2 spare parts. Bam. This dies. That's bite used. Fully. This thing's still alive, and it's completely useless. More. How many Reapers do I have, bro? Holy shit. By the way, Malorn is like extremely useless. It's extremely garbage card. Oh my god. But I should play it for like mana purposes as early as possible. At least for that. Well, it's time to use 1 spare part to get 1 attack to kill Deathlord. And then, it gives me an effect to summon more things. Okay, I can't summon that one. So that goes back to the deck. Very nice. Alright, so, also, anything that goes to the deck should go to the bottom of the deck. I'm just saying. So it should be kind of green. Mostly blue. Yellow is now to suck things in as a vacuum cleaner. So I summon Grove Tender that can help me, you know, alleviate the pain a little bit. Alright, Healbot's gonna give me another shield. That's nice. Ugh. Alright. Alright. So I summon both of these. This has full health? I didn't... Oh, it's summoned recently. But he has a card in his hands. This is going to turn into a temporary card, which makes no difference at all anymore. So that doesn't work. This... Oh, this turns into a consumable. That could be very useful to him. It sucks. Okay, I mean, I just kill things. Kill most things I can. So should I do this? Trade? Into that, right? Bam, bam, attack everything. Shablam. Avoid Caller turns into consumable. This is technically a temporary card, but there's so little of them that... And we know what's going on. Alright, the end game. No one has cards anymore. He has spare parts. He can attack twice. It disappeared. Wait, it disappeared? What happened? What happened, White Collar? Was I too close to the edge, bro? Relax. I still don't have enough mana to summon Malorn. It's such an expensive little shit. I can barely, like, give Wind Fury to both of these with spare parts. So fucking weird, bro. And kill what exactly? I can kill this and one of the 4 health creatures. And it's still pretty powerful. I mean, I can still summon Malorn with this and attack into that and just crush it. Holy shit, bro. I will get 2 spare parts. I think I lost. I think the main... The down player has lost. The me of the game. Because this just gets destroyed with Void Collar. I didn't thought it was that strong. Holy shit. No, it's exact crush. Fucking hell, bro. Also, I can use spare parts to, like, buff. Oh my god. Well, I can't do both. I cannot do both. So I either give Wind Fury or... Well, no. I give second attack, but I buff it at the same time. Fuck yeah, bro. Holy shit. Okay, it's game over at this point. It's just game over. I forgot that Gaslow was inside there, but it's not relevant. It just buffs the attack plus health. Wait, what? So we had extra health this whole time? I guess that was relevant. It would have given 3. 3 points. Oh. Well, that sucks. 3 points would be pretty powerful. Not sure how I feel about that. Because it's literally, yeah, 3. It's literally 3, bro. It would still be alive. Alright, let's pretend that it was alive. So what? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna kill Malorn, right? Like, it's impossible. And 5 shields? Break 5 shields? I'm sorry, bro. So, I can't even break 1 shield anymore. It's game over. It's checkmate. Okay, no, I killed 1. Even though I used the 2 spare parts already. And I can kill that too. Suck on that. And I get this and I can't do nothing with it. Fascinating. Then Malorn comes down and they chew on my shields, essentially. Game over, basically. End game has been reached, which is a normal thing to happen. We haven't even, like, touched each other's shields that much. Technically, because I don't allow direct damage. That's mainly what happens. But it just goes back and forth until it drains. And I'm like, I'm fine with that. You can still build control decks, you can still build aggro decks. Don't worry about that. It's still gonna work. You just have to be smart about it, which is probably not a downside. See you guys next time.